Hi, my name is Dr. Roy Jackson, and I'm here with Dr. David Webster, who is module tutor for a new MA that we're introducing here. Could you begin, well, by telling us what is the MA? What's it called?
Yeah, absolutely. The MA is called an MA in Philosophy and Religious Thought.
Right.
So it's Philosophy and Religious Thought, and the most distinctive thing about it, other than the content, is that it's part-time and online. So it's a course that people could do in the evening, say, while staying at home and not leaving their job. So it's, it gives people who want to study this kind of topic the freedom to do that without having to give up their job and move to Gloucestershire. That was great living here.
Oh, absolutely, yes. So we'll get into the specifics of it, but broadly speaking then, the MA is about...
It's about, as a philosophy and religious thought really, is the way in which religious traditions represent strands of philosophical thought. So we look at religion not so much from a sociological point of view, not in terms of its historical unfolding, so much as the extent to which religious thought, be that expressed by textual tradition, as it often is, or in other discursive means, represents an attempt to grapple with what are fundamentally, say, existential questions, epistemological questions.
Yes, yes.
So how does religion model a form of philosophy, but also how does philosophy engage with religion?
Right, so it's very much the interaction between religion and philosophy, and when religion makes various claims, how does philosophy kind of respond to those claims?
To what extent, I guess, are they philosophical claims,
Yes.
And how do we distinguish philosophical claims from theological claims, from claims that are metaphorical or have some transformative effect on people, but aren't meant to be taken literally? And I guess it's worth pointing out that the MA isn't just about, say, philosophical strands within Christian theology. Of course, you teach a big portion of the MA in relation to the extent to which Islam engages with philosophy and also expresses its own distinctive approach to philosophy. It isn't just that it has answers to Western philosophers' questions. It's something else to it as well.
Yeah, so you mentioned the word distinctive, and I think this is key. I mean, there are many MAs out there, so what is it that is distinctive here? I mean, you've touched upon it, but perhaps again we can talk a little bit more about this in terms of, say, first of all, the teaching methods.
The teaching methods, yeah, I mean, just saying the course is online could mean a lot of things. It could just mean that we send our students PDFs and they read them, and that's it. It's like this old-fashioned distant learning. But actually, the course is made up of modules, and each module is made up of units or lessons. And these lessons are a video interview, so someone will be interviewing one of the tutors about one of the topics. A reading, so students will have a reading to read, a set of primary texts often, a commentary by the tutor written on those primary texts, and then a video interview by one of the tutors or one of the other tutors about that, kind of raising and trying to get to grips with the issues that have been raised in the commentary and the text. Then the students will have a period of time to debate with each other using our online chat facilities. So there'll be an asynchronous chat facility, which basically people go and discuss and debate on a forum that we provide about the issues that have been raised by the interview, by the commentary, by the text. Then each block culminates in an online virtual seminar using some software we have where the students can see and hear the tutor and discuss with each other in a chat box and with the tutor the issues they've been raising in the chat forum, any issues they feel unresolved, any issues they want to explore further. And of course the tutor will want to know what their response was. So there's each unit's the same, so there's kind of a familiar pattern with this, but within each block there's kind of 4 or 5 elements that give students lots of different ways of really engaging with the material.
Yes, that's good. So you could be 1,000 miles away, but there's also, it's not as if you're going to be, there'll be connections, there'll be links, they'll be using latest technology to sort of like interact with
I mean, we've very much been influenced by some of the things we've seen elsewhere, and although this course very much isn't a MOOC and things of this sort, we are kind of looking at the way in which other courses have done virtual community building. So we don't want the students, although they might be far, far away in a different country, or just down the road, we don't want them to feel that they're doing it on their own, and we want to build a sense that they're a sense of kind of shared endeavour, that they're trying to work out the answers to these issues and explore these texts, which are often quite challenging texts, together. That, you know, they're not just receiving a one-off thing from us; they're doing it together in this very kind of communal way.
Yes, good. And well, again, you touched a little bit on the content, but a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
detail?
The split of modules that has some that are strictly about philosophy and religious thought in a general sense and get us going. There are modules that relate to Islam and philosophy.
Really?
You know, you better know because you teach one of them. And there are some about continental philosophy and religion that our colleague Dr. Large teaches. I'll be looking at Buddhism and the extent to which different Buddhist traditions represent different philosophical threads within, not trying to do that kind of Buddhist chameleon effect of saying, how does it match Western philosophy so much? There'll be some of that, and some echoes are so loud that we can't really ignore them. But we're really trying to engage with Buddhist philosophical thought on its own terms, particularly in relation to matters such as causality and ontology. So there's a lot of kind of engagement there. But I think another thing that emerges through the modules as students look at the our web pages and look at how the course progresses is, to what extent can philosophical reflection, either within or without religious traditions, but certainly in engagement with them, lead towards this thing that we rather cryptically refer to often as wisdom. You know, the last module, the accumulating module before this station, is about wisdom. So can people actually learn from this philosophical study things that actually help them answer genuine questions about mortality in life, about ethics?
Yes.
So philosophical traditions, where do they bring us in terms of answering fundamental questions that really bothered philosophers since, you know, the ancient Greeks?
Yes.
How to live,
Yes, yeah.
you know, and how to
How
die.
to be human and what it means to be human. And,
Absolutely. So religious traditions, whatever we might make of their metaphysical claims about there being God or not being God, and whether we choose to accept that or reject it, I think they have things that are worth exploring within their philosophical side, certainly, about how should one live? What does a well-lived life look like? You know, and how do we live well together? I can't think personally of any questions that are more important.
yeah, absolutely.
Matt.
Yes, good.
Thank you
Thank you very much. Cheers.